to Compassionate Healthcare Providers Educational Series.
Atomy creates and distributes high-quality products. Things we all use every day, such as shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothpaste and toothbrushes, beauty items, cosmetics, health supplements, and much more. And Atomy is committed to bringing these prestige luxury items to the mass market. This strategy is known as mastige. And Atomy's concept is to enable consumers to swap brands. Atomy has an ethos of absolute quality, absolute price. It means Atomy is dedicated to ensuring its products are of a quality that is unmatchable for the price customers pay. And it's so simple to switch brand when what's on offer is unbeatable in quality and price. Remember that. Absolute quality, absolute price. Quality that is as good as, if not better, than designer brands at a fraction of the price. Atomy is an online shop or shopping mall. And hey, it's free and easy to join and set up an account. Yes, free to join. And once registered as a member, you have exclusive access to the Atomy product range. Here's the really good part. Buying from Atomy gives you points, known as personal point value, or to keep it really short, PPV. Each product has its own PV. Your PPV accumulates and never expires. You only have to make one purchase a year, no matter how small, to keep your account active. And that's no problem, because you love Atomy's absolute quality and absolute price, right? It gets better. You share Atomy's secret with others, they become members, and when they shop, you all earn PV. And what does PV mean? Cash, paid to you as commission. This is a new age of retail. Atomy puts the consumers first and rewards them for their loyalty. Although some members simply choose to shop for their own personal needs, many decide to develop their membership into full-time, lucrative businesses. Let's look at how this works in a little more detail. Let's say you recommend Atomy to your cousin, Jane, because you love using Atomy products so much. You become Jane's sponsor and give her your ID to enable her to register as an Atomy member. Jane is then automatically registered under your A market, your left leg. Then you recommend to your friend Adam, and he becomes registered in your B market, your right leg. Adam could be in Canada or China. Atomy membership is global. You, or Jane, or Adam can then sponsor more members to join your left or right leg, your A or B markets. They are added down the line, and they don't need to live in your country either. Everyone in each of your market legs generates PV. Remember that? Point value? You have your own PV, and every day your market legs generate group PV. As soon as your own PV exceeds 10,000, earned from purchasing one Atomy shampoo or face wash, for example, and each of your market legs exceeds 300,000 each month, you earn commission. Everyone in each of your market legs who qualifies becomes eligible to receive the same amount of commission. The larger your markets and the greater the collective PV, the higher the commission will be. And it's worth noting, keeping your market legs equally balanced is important. Group PV is calculated on the leg with the smaller PV volume. This is part of the secret of success with Atomy. Hard work is never wasted. And it doesn't stop there. As your network grows, so does your regular collective PV. And the hard work invested takes you higher up the ranks of mastership, which comes with life-changing bonuses. You can cherish the spirit of Atomy through its products of absolute quality and absolute price. You can share the good news and reap great rewards by doing so. You may have discovered Atomy compensation videos on YouTube or Channel Atomy already. More details about how it works is freely available. And Atomy's Success Academies and seminars will provide regular, inspiring support to members, and prospective members too. Absolute quality, absolute price.
So is there anyone that, let me see here, that have a testimony, and you could just unmute your mic.
Hello, Pastor Stroza.
Oh, Ernestine,
Yes.
definitely.
How
Good evening.
are you today?
I am doing supremely well.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good, good, good.
Excellent.
Extremely well also. And I
Excellent.
want to say hello to everybody else that's on the Zoom tonight. Well, my testimony is that I've been on with Atomy now for a year and 3 months. And when I started with Atomy, I had so much problems. I think I had a overall total body problem with pains, congestion, upper respiratory congestion, arthritis, and a whole lot of stuff. But to make a long story short, I started with my Hem and my vitamin C and my probiotics. And within a couple of months, my total body change was so visible. So it was kind of like scary because I had to pinch myself several times to really believe that it was me with less pains, because there were days for a long, long time I just didn't have the energy to move around. But make a long story short, I'm on practically everything in the Atomy health-wise category. And I am so proud that I had been introduced to Atomy at the time that I was introduced to Atomy, because ever since 2011, up until a year and 3 months ago, I was in pains 365 days a year, 24/7, with lots of medication. None was doing anything. Injections for my arthritic knee, which they weren't doing anything. And when I started on the Hem and the noni juice and the Tumorsin, I can tell you my joints are so pain-free till I don't have the words to describe it, but I feel so good and so blessed to have found Atomy. And the last product I just started was the Protamin. Now that is something powerful. I don't know if anybody else has started it, but I started it last Friday. And that is a powerful supplement. And with the 13 vitamins and the 8 minerals, I noticed that it has overtaken a lot of the single vitamins and minerals that we're getting. But also, I feel energized from that also. But also, I want to plug in that when maybe it's me, I don't know if anybody else has experienced, but I found the effect of the Protamin to be a cleanser also. And when I say cleanser, it really cleanses you out from your inside guts out, which is a good thing, because I feel like it's doing the same thing that the the noni juice and the him is doing. But I just want to tell you that I'm on these products and I'm so glad that I found them. I'm so glad that I was introduced to them. And I'm committed for the rest of my life to stay with Atomy because it has made my life so much different. I've felt so much a bigger change in my health wise, even not only with the physical aspect, but with my eating aspect also. I just want to share that.
Wow. And we needed to hear that because it's a new product and you're our first testimony on this product.
Yes, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome and strong. It's
Oh, okay.
powerful.
Okay.
It's it's powerful.
How many do you do? And what's your
I, I
regimen on that?
I take two a day. I take two.
Okay.
When I first started, I took one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And the next day, I saw the effects of it. And the next day, I took my same two. I saw more effect of it.
One
But
in the morning, one in the afternoon. That's
yes,
with or without food.
without food. My first was
Okay.
without food.
Okay.
And by the afternoon,
Okay.
I would have eaten something during that day. So I take that before bedtime.
You take one before bedtime?
Yes,
Interesting. Okay. And I see it's 120 capsules in there, so that's a 2 month supply.
it is. It is. And for that
That's a
low
good
and for
deal.
that low price, it's worth it.
Right, right, right. Because you're talking about $28.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. Now, before we move on, have anybody else experienced this product yet? Because the next time, yeah, the next time I do a global order, I'm going to have to put in for one, definitely.
Yes.
And you'll find this product is it's a new product. It's in the global mall, and we know in the global mall now uh, they have it comes straight out of South Korea. They got the all-in-one laundry detergent pods, and they got a what is this all-in-one starter kit, $1. Okay, but the real one is like all-in-one laundry detergent pods, 100 each. What? Wait a minute. I'm I'm sorry, y'all. I got to click on this. This says 100 each laundry detergent. 100 of them? Wait a minute. I really got it. We got to look at this because you're talking about $15 and they give you 100 of those pods. Yeah, we got to dive into this. Take a second on this one here because that's huge. Yeah, it says 100 pods each. Um, Let me see. It's the new improvement of the existing product, and wow, it's new and improved. Okay, so wow, the capsule shapes modified, convenient package. Okay, so it takes wow, it's double strength. One is double strength. The fragrant intensity has increased. Oh, now it got a little fragrance in there. Yes, indeed. Okay. Are y'all looking at this? 100 of those things. I gotta order these. 100 watches for $15? Man, that's hot. Are y'all seeing this? Okay.
Yes, I see it.
We'll we'll have one of the doctors to go over it, you know, probably on next week, you know. See, I would just be in nosy kind of showing everything, but man, this is incredible. 100 of them. I gotta get some. I already have other Atomy detergents, but so I better hurry up and wash a lot of clothes so that I can get some of these pods right here. And I got to read about this. I haven't even read about it. You see how we miss things? Wow. If you got a family, you got kids and everything, man, you need this. 100 loads. Man, that's something else. I'm telling you. Have anybody used it? Tried this new laundry pod? You know, nobody yet, huh? Okay, but we're gonna get it done. But it's a lot of good stuff over here. Do anybody else have a testimony that they would like to share? And that is pretty interesting. I'm doing a global order within the next few days. Okay, let me see here. Definitely. Okay, well, we're going to keep it moving at this time. There's a testimony. Somebody asked me about weight loss this week. So we're going to show a weight loss testimony. And then we'll go right on into our wait a minute, before we let me see. I need to show the video on the bitters because like I say, a lot of people I wasn't able to record it on last week. So I have to bring up the information on the new products, which is the new bitter. So we got to get this on tape. Um, Now I do need to show everyone before I show this video on the bitters, and which is a new product. That's it right there. It's got some good science behind it. Now, we've been very successful also with the glucose care. We got a lot of testimonies on the glucose care, but this is supposed to be, you know, even, just even better. The bitters supposed to be even better. I'm telling you, they just make it better. Now, the other product that we've been using, which is the glucose care, which is right here, the glucose care, and you take one of those after your evening meal, 2 hours after your evening meals. We got quite a few testimonies on that. So I want y'all to know about that. Okay. So let's get into the information about the bitters. Alrighty then. There we go.
Hello, nice to meet you all. I'm Vice President Yoon Yong-sun of Atomy. Nice to meet you and thank you for the warm welcome. Actually, a lot of you, I think, more than half, in this group. So I would like to start by saying this. So do you know what is, have you managed your blood sugar today?
Oh, ignore that QR code. Do not scan that QR code. Okay. All right. Now I have nothing to do with that QR code. The program that I use to download it with, place that QR code there. Do not scan that QR code. All right. Okay. All right.
Blood sugar level shouldn't be that low, too low or too high. So while you're on the highway, you should be on lane. You should not hit on the guardrail or should be off the track. But inside that highway, you should smoothly be on track and enrich the cell and control the blood level. So the blood level cut reach the aim. It goes through the vein. The blood sugar goes. Actually, there are a lot that damages the vein. So how we manage the blood sugar is important. If we cannot manage this and reach high blood sugar level, then it's just like a car going through a highway with too many cars, that a highway, what happens to the highway? It gets jammed. So if the blood sugar is too high, then all the organs that reach the blood glucose, it's so if it goes to, if it's stuck on the brain, that it makes cerebral cardiovascular disease, and it also can create a heart attack. And if and there will be times if it happens to the what if it happens to it gets jammed at the feet, then the foot starts to rot, that will have to cut off the foot. So these are the things that happen when there is high blood sugar level. As it gets stuck on that specific organ, it will cause trouble. So that's why we have to maintain this at this certain level. I'm not sure if I can say this, but do you know what happens if it gets stuck at the men's precious part? Then serious things will happen. Of course, the function itself will decrease. That's why it causes a lot of concerns. And were people who say that the certain because those people with high blood pressure, if you look into the statistics, those among above 65, there are more than 20 million people. So about 25 to 30 million people has this kind of problem, including all the people, more than 25%, or which means that more than half of the populations above 65 has this problem. Why does the blood sugar level rise at the age of 65? Because all the hormone functions start to plummet. Why the problem is not that solved? The base metabolism different from that of when you were young and when you're at the age after 65. That's why you have to decrease the amount you eat as you age. If you eat the same as you were young, then there will be a problem. There are lots of reasons why blood pressure rise. That might be your daily habits, or it might be because of our decreasing functions of the body. But this function decrease is there might be genetic problems, such as the kidney functional. Some of these can be solved by our effort, as it's seen at the last part of the slide. There are things that can be solved just by eating the lactic acid. So the decrease of functions can be solved a bit by our effort, but those functions that fall, such as the kidney, is not what we can do. If we intake sugar, there are two substances that aligns all the blood sugars in the middle of the highway. That's insulin and glucagon. You can see the green line, right? So inside this green zone, the blood sugar level should be at this green zone. So this width is about 70 to 100 when you're not eating anything, or from 70 to 140, this highway should be kept. But if it goes above 140, that shouldn't be it, and it shouldn't go below 70. So if it goes higher than 140, the insulin will press you down, and if it goes too low, then the glucagon will push you up, so that the highway is stably kept. So that's the functions. So this is important. So if you look at the picture, the pancreas, there is an alpha cell that is created, and there's beta cell. Alpha has to do with the glucagon, and beta has to do with the insulin. So they are the ones that control the blood sugar level. So among the Atomy products, there's one product that controls the blood sugar. Another product, that's Banaba. Then what does the Banaba do? Banaba from the small intestine lessens absorbance of the blood sugar. So at the small intestine, it should send the blood sugar to liver, but the original flow system from the small intestine, we reduce the amount of absorptions of the blood sugar. Then how about the liver? How are we to control the liver? We make the blood sugar, we spread. If there's too much, then we also make the neutral cell fat. What I want to talk related to this is a product that Atomy makes. There's something called blood sugar spike. Blood sugar spike is a bad pattern that humans have. So the blood sugar spikes when you eat something, then it creates too much insulin, thinking that the highway should be kept. Because there's too much blood sugar, it can hit the guardrail. Then if it hits the guardrail, then the glucagon will do its role of making the blood sugar so that the car will come back to track from hitting the guardrails. Then if it tries to go through the center line and then drive over the center line, then the insulin will do its job to keep the car on track. So if you look at the graph, the spike is there's people that with the graph of hitting the blood sugar spike, and there's ones that have Dole's flat line. So the one with the big curves, and the ones who go just straight. If we compare their average blood sugar level, it's the same. 0 plus 10 equals 10. Divided by 2, it's 5. However, 0, 10, 0, 10, 0, 10, the one that fluctuates this much, but the one that just goes with just 5, do you think it's the same or not? The average is the same. So the blood sugar spike, people are not really aware of this. We have to control this, but people really don't know this. There are people who think that if that level goes a little bit high, they will tell you that you're reaching a certain dangerous level, so keep your blood sugar. That's all they will say. So carefully think about this. After eating, if you feel tired all of a sudden, and if after you eat, you feel sleepy. After you eat, after 1 or 2 hours, you crave for something more. These kind of people are the ones with the fluctuating blood sugar level. So if you think so, then maybe I recommend you, or it's best to, check your blood sugar level for 24 hours at a hospital. So there are people with a high blood sugar level, or there are people who had a heart attack, even though he did not have any disease at the back. But if we look into the history of his health at the past, then there are a lot of cases that they had a lot of blood sugar spike. So maybe this blood sugar spike would be something to drive into death as well. So insulin and glucagon is what tries to prevent from blood sugar to rapidly go up. So all we have to do is regularly exercise and quit smoking and have a lot of sleep. This is hard. I know it's even hard for me. Number 1, regular diet. This is hard. We should go easy on the carbs, the vegetables, and we should eat the carbs at the last.
First, the blood sugar level could spike. You need to chew for a long time. While you are chewing, amylase could be secreted and insulin could be secreted and wait for them. In that way, you could keep the blood sugar level lower. And for the busy people, it is really hard to chew for a long period of time. When I work at the hospital, most of the doctor eat really fast. Do you know the average time? It is only 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we eat all because we need to see the patients, and the next patient will come at 1 p.m. And then if we finish the morning session, we only have 30 minutes, so that we need to eat fast, and then we need to brush our teeth for 5 minutes, and we need to wait for the next patient. Because all of this, we have no choice but to eat fast. Although we know that we need to chew slowly, we need to chew for a long period of time, we know that we already got the information, but it is really difficult to do it in a reality. We all know that like excessive eating is not good. We need to exercise more and we need to do it. We all know. So it is kind of must. But in a reality, it is really difficult, but we could help you with the product. That is Atomy Blood Sugar Called Beetle Melon. Conducted a lot of tests with beetle melon, and we could find out that the blood sugar level decrease by 10. Example, in an empty stomach, the blood sugar level is about 100, and after eating it go up to 110, and after eating a bitter melon, it decreased to 90. And glucagon, I mentioned earlier, could prevent the insulin working because glucagon create a lot of glucose, so it could decrease this level. But bitter melon could help it. Imagine that we are running on the highway and it could help us to take the right tour and right the direction. This is the role of the bitter melon. When you take some kind of health functional food, if that product make your blood sugar level decrease rapidly, you don't need to feel really happy about it, because a dramatic drop could be another issue. But betel melon will manage the blood level in a proper manner. As a doctor, I need to be straightforward, and I would like to tell you that there might be some side effect of the bitter melon, so we need to minimize the side effect of bitter melon. Sometimes in an emergency room, there are some people who have the higher liver level due to the bitter melon, and I asked, what did you eat? And they said, I ate the bitter melon because I heard that it is good for the blood level. What is important is that you shouldn't eat the ripe bitter melon, but there are young bitter melons, and you could take it, you could intake it. So when we develop this product, we only use the young, unripe melon. When you make your own product, please avoid using a ripe bitter melon because it could have some toxic material in it. So we only use the young bitter melon in which seeds have not been formed. By doing so, we could decrease the secretion of the glucose, and it could increase the antioxidant material, and we also got the patent in it. And here there are other ingredients such as vitamin B, vitamin B6, and 12, and those vitamins are good for the diabetes patients, because if the blood sugar level is high, homocysteine could be secreted, and it could destroy your blood vessels. But this product, vitamin B and B6 and 12, could protect it from you. And there is adenosine, which is antioxidant ingredient. And other than that, a lot of good ingredients are also contained in this product. If you want to know more about it, please come to social class in the first week of August. I will give you more details in that seminar. I would like to welcome you all to social class. Also talked about the product Banaba, and you might ask me, can I tag both of them together? First, Banaba could prevent the absorption of the glucose in the small intestine, and bitter melon could prevent glucose from being secreted from our liver. Banaba facilitate the glucose uh, being metabolized in a lot of organs. So in order to, when you take banaba, you need to do some exercise in order to maximize the effect. Then what about bitter melon? Banaba facilitates insulin that it decrease the possibility of the insulin resistance so that it could reduce the blood sugar level. So when you combine both of them, it's the best. Please take banaba and the bitter melon product together and it will maximize the effect. But for the pregnant women, you shouldn't eat bitter melon. I don't recommend pregnant women to take bitter melon. And for the one who don't have a good kidney, stop. Please don't take bitter melon. So those people are the exception. And other than that, all of the people could take bitter melon product. But sometimes, early, see some patients with a high liver level as they eat a ripe bitter melon. But I assume that our product might be okay. But if you are really sensitive about that, please be careful. Banaba and bitter melon products are really good for the pre-diabetes patients. It could be maximizing the effect and it will help you run on the highway and it will help your smooth operation in the blood vessels. Once again, on 23rd, this product will be launched. I would like you to love this product a lot and I would like you to have much effect from this product. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. Now, my question is, alrighty, let me see here. You know, I didn't know that you could take both of them together, which is the glucose care. Let me see, both together. We was just talking about that. So that's the glucose care right there. You can take them both together. Man, that is interesting. That's very interesting. That was some good information in that video. Did anybody learn anything new from the video? What was your takeaway from it? You can unmute
Well,
your mic.
the same thing that you just mentioned is the fact that you can use them both together. And this is Dr. Waleetha. And of course, the fact that they have different functions. So he was saying how the glucose care is targeting what's happening in the small intestine. It really increases the it decreases insulin resistance. Because remember, with type 2 diabetes, they're making insulin, but they're not absorbing it. They're not, the body's not recognizing it. So this is where the banaba comes in. It actually is happening in the small intestine. So that's where this glucose care works. But then on the other hand, we have the bitter melon. That is going to be working in the liver. So that's it's a different approach. So there are two approaches to controlling this mechanism. The bitter melon is working in the liver, whereas the banaba leaf, the glucose care, is working in the small intestine. That's the difference. So the main thing is understanding the product, the bitter melon. They're using the young bitter melon before the seeds have even occurred. So I understood
Wow.
that. That's very important because some people think, oh, I'll just go out and get some bitter melon at the farmer's market. It's not the same. Okay. Plus, they have added these nutrients. I think he said the B vitamins, very important for protecting against the harm that too much glucose can do. So it's helping to heal, it's helping to see B6, B12, yeah. So it's helping to heal the damage as well as prevent further damage in the blood vessels. So this
Right.
this is really a dynamite group. Those two together, because they're approaching the problem from two different angles.
Right. And when he said that to so that there won't be any side effects, that's why they, that's why they chose the young,
Yes,
before that
unright.
seed development. They're
Yes,
unright.
right.
That's
Because they have had some side effects coming from people who tried to use the right better melon.
wow.
It's amazing. I tell you, Atomy,
Yes.
they always go above and beyond. They always go above and beyond. You can depend on that. So
Right.
there you have it. They have the magnesium, zinc, B6, and B12. So
Wow.
this is a this is amazing. So I
And I
can't
see
wait
on here,
to get people
yeah,
using it and
right.
see, the result.
I see they have one packet twice a day.
Hmm.
Let me see how many packs they have in here. So it's a 1 month supply.
Yes.
It's 1 month supply because there's
Hmm.
60 of them in there.
Hmm.
Oh wow. So okay. So that would be, since you take it after a meal, so that'll be after your first meal and after your last meal.
Hmm.
Okay. Wow. Emma, I see you raise your hand. Do you have a question or comment?
I have a question. Should a person that's borderline diabetic, should they take both or would one do?
Well, he suggested both. He said pre-diabetes. He mentioned that this would be good because it's all
Wow.
about preventing the damage and possibly reversing that insulin resistance, because that's a big reason for the disease in the first place. So that's what the banana leaf, it breaks down the insulin resistance.
Mm. Now the
Only time
banana.
he said do not use it, he said pregnant people and people with poor kidney function do not use this. Those are the
So that
two
means
groups. Those are the two groups: poor kidney
those.
function and
Uh,
pregnant people. It's not for you.
so you're talking about those that are on dialysis?
He said poor kidney function. So
Okay, poor kidney function. Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
you can have poor kidney function and not necessarily already be on dialysis, but definitely if you're on dialysis, I wouldn't use it.
Okay. That's with the bitters.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me see the glucose care. Um, okay, see the glucose care, you will only take that in the evening time after, 2 hours after your dinner because you only do one of those a day of the glucose care because it's
Mm-hmm.
30 in a box.
Mm-hmm.
So your bitters, you do two, the glucose care, only one. And wow, that's pretty cool right there.
And we
Um,
usually recommend that they take that after their largest meal. So we encourage the largest meal to be as early as possible.
okay, so if their largest meal,
Mm-hmm. Is
like you
earlier, then
say,
that's
is
the meal you
earlier,
want to target. Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yes.
okay, all right. Uh,
I have
anybody
a
else?
question.
Yes.
This is Melvin Bryson, and I'm from
Okay.
Hemingway, South Carolina. I was brought
Okay.
into to
Hi,
was introduced
Melvin.
to this. I'm fine. How are you?
Wonderful.
I was introduced to this by Patricia Rowland,
Yes, sir.
and there was something going on in that presentation from that Korean doctor, I think it was. And he talked about the bitter melon.
Yes,
They used the one that uh, young bitter melon
yes,
versus the ripe bitter melon.
yes,
What is the difference? I mean, I got something out of it, but I'd like to know how y'all explain what is
yes,
the difference.
yes. He said that there
If
was a
they
potential.
using,
Yeah,
I'm not,
there's a potential
give me a
for.
chance, but give me a chance to finish, please.
Oh, I thought it was a question. I'm sorry.
Uh, the ripe melon versus the young melon that hasn't developed seeds yet. And I got something out of that, and I just want to see if y'all got the same thing out of it that I did. My question is, why do you use the young melon versus the ripe melon or the fully ripe melon? Why do they use the young
Because if you use the right melon, it has a potential for a dangerous side effect. It can make you sick. You could end up in the emergency room.
melon? Okay. So why would I end up in the emergency room? I mean, what would cause in that ripe melon cause me to go to the emergency room?
I don't know the exact mechanism. I cannot answer that because
Okay, well, here's
he
what I
didn't
got
say
out of
that.
it.
He didn't
Okay,
say that. He said they have experienced people coming into the emergency room after using that. So he
okay,
didn't say the specific mechanism,
right.
but he
Well,
just
what I
cautioned
got out
us
of it,
not to use that one.
okay, what I got out of it is, and I actually heard him say this, that ripe melon, the seeds produce a toxic poison. I would call it poison, but it's a toxic substance, is the way he put it. And that toxic substance could cause those problems, what send you to the emergency room. So that's why they use the melon that doesn't have any seeds in it. The seeds haven't developed yet. That's the difference between the two. That's what I got out of it. I got out of it, and I was hoping that someone else had got that out of it other than me.
Okay.
That's why I asked that
Hey,
question.
you're a good listener.
Right. I was
Thank you
gonna
for
say
bringing
that
that
too. You're a
out.
good listener.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you for bringing that out
Right.
because I was just focused, I was just focused on who should use it. But yeah,
Right.
that's a good point.
Right.
Dr. Walitha, that is what he was saying. If I'm not mistaken, the other
Yeah, he
added thing
said it.
was
Yeah.
is that it brings your sugar down too low. It's too strong. So the more mature the melon, the stronger it is because of the seed, and it can make your sugar drop too fast.
Yes, that's a good point. Yep. So the main thing is we're not using that.
Right.
We got the right one here.
Right. Right.
Adam has got the right one.
Yeah.
So we know that, some people, you hear bitter melon and you think, oh, I'll just go out to the farmer's market and I can do that myself. But this is just to let you know, don't do it. Go ahead and use this formula that's prepared by doctors and is prepared in a way that it will help you and not have any dangerous side effect.
Awesome. You see how much thought they put into these products? They don't want you to have side effects with these products. So
Mm-mm.
they put extra thought in the development of these products, you know. So you won't be having all these side effects. That that's that is so good. Definitely. That's a wonderful thing. Hmm. Interesting. It's got 2 small tablets a day.
Mhm.
They are small. I gotta see how this look. It looks pretty interesting. Yeah. Hmm. With FDA, it is a system in which the U.S. Food and Drug Administration reviews the safety and new developed health functional food. Okay. Alrighty then. We like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. We like that. Let's see what else we have down here. That's pretty cool. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, we got it on tape about the bitter melons, and I do have a record on everybody, and I will get this uploaded. I'm gonna say by tomorrow, because I know I got another meeting on tonight, right after 9 o'clock. But I will have this particular one. I will definitely have it up on tomorrow. So I hope you are subscribed to the channel so that when I upload it, you'll be notified. So I hope you are subscribed to the channel. Okay. Alrighty. Well, if there's no more questions, no more. Okay. Now,
Somebody's asking for the link to the channel.
what? I can't. Wait a minute now.
It's in the chat.
Okay. Okay. Let me get the link. Let me get the link to the channel and subscribe to the channel. And let me pull the link over as far as the channel is concerned. Do almost there. And I am going to copy and paste it. I just copy it and I'm gonna put it in the chat. I learned how to use the chat last week. Let me see. Everyone. So
Yes.
everyone will see this link. Okay. Alrighty then. Click on that link and you'll go where you need to go. Indeed. Living the Word Ministry. I like that. Living the Word Ministry. Definitely the word in action. Indeed. So thank you everyone for coming out. And hope everybody, is got the kids and everything. You can get back to getting kids ready for school. You can get back to that. But we'll see you here next week. Okay, next week. And I want to appreciate it and invite. We're supposed to be double. We're supposed to be at 200 by now. So let's continue to invite. Let's get to that 300 mark before the year is out, that 300 mark. Okay. Next week, I'm gonna get in touch with Dr. Roberta. See, can she come on in here next week? They've been doing a lot of surgery lately. A lot of surgery. Okay, she's been very busy. But we'll see, we get her in here on next week. Definitely. And hey, all I got to say, good night. Sleep well. No, not sleep tight. Sleep well, my friend. Good night, everybody. You can unmute your mic.
Pastor
Good
Edward,
night.
Pastor Edward,
Yes.
this is Dr. Val. Can I share something real quick?
Yes.
I would just like to thank those who took a invite, came on with our invite, has never even seen anything with Atomy except today. So I just wanted to let them know to get back to the person that invited them so that if they have any questions or more concerns, we would love to share with them some more wonderful benefits and testimonies of being with this wonderful business.
Indeed.
Thank
Y'all
you.
heard that. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Good night, Dr. Val.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, Florence. Good night, Dr. Ivy Springer.
Good
Indeed,
night,
I like that
everyone.
new picture.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night,
night,
Good night.
everybody.
Odie.
Good
Thank you very
Good
much,
night.
night.
Pastor.
Good
We
night.
appreciate
Good
you.
night.
Good
Okay,
night.
good
God bless.
night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
David,
God
Wilma.
bless.
Good night,
Monica. Good night,
Shori.
Monique.
Night, John
Good
Boy.
night.
Denise,
Good night. Good night,
Mahogany.
Chuck
Love
girl.
everybody.
Love
I
you
gotta
all. Barbara,
leave.
good night.
Alrighty. Mark.
Good night,
Yes, indeed. Good
Patricia.
night.
Good night, Val. Sister
Good night,
Val.
Joy.
Night.
Good.
And Spencer,
All right.
wherever
Good night,
you are.
Annie.
Night.
Good night, Barbara. Good night, Maria. Alrighty. Good night, Spencer. Okay,
Good night.
Ernestine. Thank you for sharing tonight, Ernestine. Indeed. Good night, Amanda.
Good
Uh-huh.
night.
Alrighty. That'll work. Good night, all you iPhones out there. All the iPhones in the house. Let's see here.
Good
Good
night.
night. Good night, Tammy. Good night, Jean. Good night, Katie. Alrighty. Let's see. Good night, Barbara. Who else? Cecilia. Good night.
Good night.
Funny. Okay. Alrighty. So I guess we can count it down and sign off. Indeed. Good night.